Redwood National and State Parks, I think they call it. Look at them old crows flying around back there. Pre-recorded live from the Redwood National and State Parks. It's the Derek Luna Show. This week, a chat with Chris Durant from the Savage Henry Comedy Club. Plus, a trip to Tacoma. But now, he's a court low. It's Derek Luna. Yes, that's correct. I'm here north of Humboldt County with an ocean view. So far this season, we've seen the Gulf of America, we've seen the Atlantic Ocean, and now here the beautiful Pacific, the pacifier, the ocean that I'll look up some nicknames later. But we're on our way to Tacoma, coming from Sacramento, but we stopped in Eureka, California to say hi to an old friend, Chris Durant. He runs it started as a magazine, and we'll talk more about this in the interview, but started as a punk rock comedy magazine that morphed into a comedy festival, which I attended 10 years ago and performed at, and now is a comedy festival and a comedy club right here in Eureka, California. And yeah, it was cool connecting with him again and saying hey. We performed a little bit, we chatted, and now we're on our way up to Tacoma. So check out this interview. Next week we'll be in Tacoma, Washington for some more World Series of comedy stuff. I'm gonna get a short interview with Robbie Aces, and yeah, we'll see what we get into. Thanks for checking this out, guys. We'll see you next week. I'm here with Chris Durant from the Savage Henry Comedy Club.
Probably Savage Henry Independent Times, the magazine.
Formerly the Independent Times. Yeah. When did you stop doing the Independent Times?
2020 was our last one.
2020. Yeah. I got to do some background. So, the Independent Times was a magazine. I should probably let you just say this.
Well, there's a little history thing we have here at the club.
Right here.
Yeah, you don't have to read it. I will tell it.
It's a humorous publication launched in Humboldt County.
Yep. Sort of tends to span bathroom material is what people described it as.
Yeah.
Other people describe it as High Times meets Mad Magazine.
Yeah, definitely the vibe. Yeah, and then this spawned the comedy festival, right?
Yep. We did the magazine first, and then there was no comedy scene in Humboldt, and I started doing an open mic at this place called the Jambalaya, which is also where the Foo Fighters played their first show.
No way, really?
It's also where Raymond Carver, the short story writer, had his last drink of alcohol.
A lot of history.
Yeah, they talk about the Foo Fighters part, but no one gives the Carver part. But he's
nobody,
one of my favorite writers.
Remembers that part. Foo Fighters, what?
Yeah. It was actually at the Foo Fighters show where Raymond. I'm just kidding. Yeah, and then we started an open mic, and then it was the same with the magazine. Just started rolling. Oh my gosh, this is working. I was able to quit my job as a reporter at the daily paper here.
Yeah.
Do it full time with my ex-wife and 2 other partners, and just we try to keep up with it.
Yeah, because it's moving
out of the gate. Yep, and then did the mics, and then the same thing with those. Next thing you know, like people from San Francisco and Cornell Reed, LA comics from here, and his sister reached out after we've been doing the mics about 6 months. And he was coming through for Bridgetown, so we booked him. And then once the out-of-towner thing started, then just kept going.
That's kind of, I guess, I want to say 10 years ago. It's probably longer than that now.
2010 is when we started the magazine. 2011 is when I started doing mics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I was in L.A., and I was hanging around these guys, Cornell, Paul Tankey, Dave Ross had made some trips up here.
Yep.
And, yeah, it was just something you had heard about. The Comedy Garage guys, I guess.
Yeah, Sean Green.
Yep. Yeah, all those Comedy Garage dudes who I'd looked up to because I just moved out there, and it was like those guys were super funny. And I didn't know they had this weird connection
Yeah.
Until I forget, I probably saw it on Facebook or something that they were all coming up here for this festival.
Well, yeah, we did the festival. The first one was this is our 14th one coming up in October, so the math there is 25. Yeah, I guess we started the festival the same year we started the mics.
Yeah.
I went to Bridgetown without a festival, just only doing mics, and I think I booked Cornell, and then there's another comic in the Bay Area named Josh Argyle who grew up here. Booked him, and then I think I had Sean Keane and Chris Garcia were the first two out-of-town comics that I booked that had any of any roots here. Then I was like, oh, this is something, so I went up to Bridgetown and just called it the Humboldt Handshake. I had a bunch of small buds, like a bunch of my friends were pot growers, still illegal at the time. The growing,
the good old days.
Yeah, $3,500 a pound. Now it's like $250 a pound. But I'd have a bunch of. They didn't want the smalls. I would trim for them. And they said I'd keep the smalls, which are still weed. I mean,
yeah.
And I would just call it the Humble Handshake, and just I think just went up and just started. Didn't buy a pass, didn't buy anything. Just jumped right in and started going to things. And I think Howard Kramer helped meet me because through Cornell, I saw Howard and I said, "Hey, I'm from no Cornell," and next, introduced me to Funches.
Ron Funches.
They said he can get me any bracelet I wanted, and I said, "Hey, Ron, I have some weed here. Can I get a bracelet?" And he goes, "What color do you want?" He just pulled out all the different bracelets, and I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" So then that kind of motivated me to do our fest the same way. I set it up the same way, multiple venues, 3 days. You're not going to see every show because some happen at the same time.
Yeah.
So I just modeled it after Bridgetown.
Yeah, we only came up. The Brothers Band came up and did this 1 year, and it
before
was
we had a club.
It was one of the few festivals that would let us in. we got rejected from everybody, but you took a chance on us.
Not even a chance. I mean, our whole thing's booking people we like to hang out with.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes comedy's second, like.
Boy, and that is once you get to a certain point, that matters a lot, doesn't it? On who you're picking to hang out with.
I don't want to hang out with a bunch of divas and dickheads. And
who do you not mind hanging out with for?
Oh yeah, exactly. For
days.
3 days and having them like just cool, cool dudes and ladies and thems or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to sound. Oh man, can I say thems and whatever? I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't think we need to be super sensitive.
All right.
This is a bad show, and it was mainly just my mom watching. But
hi, Mom.
Just so you know, Mom, we're trying to be cool, with everybody.
You're smoking one. You don't even smoke. You're just smoking on camera.
My mom's watching me smoke cigarettes, hating it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did the festival, had a blast, and just a good experience for us too, because I always think when you get exposed or like on the same bill with guys who are way above your price range. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Sam Talent was closing out that festival.
Yep.
And I'd seen Sam before.
He's not the Sam Talent he is today, either back then.
Yeah, that's true. This was a whole decade ago.
Yeah.
But even back then, the vibe was like, when are people going to start taking note of this guy? Like, he felt very underappreciated.
I don't know if he did. I don't know. I don't know if he felt that way.
We
all did for him.
Maybe he did. Yeah, I was like, this guy is the funniest guy I've ever seen live. And so, I don't know. It's good. I felt it was good for us at that point, too, to get an eyeball at like, okay, so you're doing this good at open mics, but then you go and you see these guys, and it's like, well, you got so much longer to go before you're even in this guy's realm,
I mean, that's pretty much how the festival gets booked, was friends of friends, or people we like hanging out with. And hey, can I bring this guy? Yeah, I trust. Just bring him. Yeah. And that, I'd say 99% success rate in that front. Like, no one's ever been like, why did you bring this guy? No, it's never been like that. It's like, but
and you did the wiffle ball game.
Yeah, cool. Yep, did the wiffle. Still do the wiffle. The trophy's right up there in the archives. There, it's a trophy now. They pass around. It's always Team Drunks versus Team Drugs.
Team Drunks versus Drugs. I played on Team Drunk.
Yep, and that's when we did it in the park. Yeah, and then like that.
Sam Talent was the play-by-play guy.
Bori was there too. Was that the year Bori was there?
I think so.
Doing it with him. Oh my god. And then that charter school down the street came for the recess. And all these drunk comics and
the park's completely full of drunk comics
playing at 2 PM or whatever.
Playing wiffle ball.
I remember a cop came down one time because on the end of a court, and you see an Arcata police car come down pulls up. You get the vibe like, I ain't fucking with this.
Yeah, it's a whole field full of people.
Exactly. No one is even like play it cool. I was like, hey, there's a cop. Who cares? All right, keep going.
Yeah, no respect for the authorities.
Yeah.
So then you start the club in 2018.
Correct.
That's where we're at. We're at the club right now. I know the stage is dark.
Yeah.
But I have some footage of me on the. We did open mic tonight.
Yeah.
Open mic night here on a. We're on an off day in between stuff, so we stopped in to see
Sunday night.
Chris Durant. I've done this. It's like late and I'm tired, so I've done this interview like completely inside out.
No worries. I'm going with the flow. Go off your lead, but yeah, Sundays and Wednesdays are usually our open mic nights.
Yeah.
But we've been doing a lot of live metal and live punk lately.
It's got a ton of like punk rock bar vibe to it for sure.
DIY. I mean, there's always comics go up and make fun of it, but like I'm in that fight. Like I don't. People are like, oh, that guy said that. Is that fucked up? I'm like, no. It's like if he was really fucking hated it, he wouldn't have mentioned anything. He would have ran off stage.
For sure.
So yep.
I don't know. I like a punk rock vibe, but I guess comedians, you're just gonna crap on whatever.
Yeah.
Like it could be the Ritz Carlton, and you'll
I don't
be looking around.
And they Talent always when he performs, he always makes fun of my laugh.
Oh yeah,
on stage.
You got a great laugh.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
And you can hear it all the way from the back.
I scare people with it from times. Yeah, just that.
It's like a guffaw.
Yeah, and it's involuntary as fuck. I mean, Redbeard. I don't even remember Redbeard, right?
Yeah,
he had the same cackling laugh. The same thing. Yeah. So
this is so. You mentioned Redbeard. Kind of a. I say this with love. Weird town, Eureka. It's a weird town.
I moved up here in 2002.
We were talking about the history of it today. Old lumber town.
Old lumber. They took lumber away, took fishing away, took weed away. Now we're murals. Now we're a mural town.
Yeah. It was a big pot thing for the longest time before.
It was branding.
Yeah, Humboldt County. It was legendary.
I mean, it started with Off the Gridders would come up in like the early 60s, mid 60s and stuff. And grow weed and then just, I mean, they're probably 4-generation deep farms still going, but now they have to play by the rules, or they're just keeping it so underground.
With legalization came like corporate interests and things like that.
We would find out there was weed brands after it got legal that were put in Humboldt that weed wasn't grown in Humboldt. It wasn't even that.
Yeah.
So it's a branding.
Yeah, they just stole a brand name. That's interesting and sad.
Yeah.
I remember when we came up for the festival, we were outside one of the bars, and there was just shot glasses sitting along the windowsill with nugs sitting on the top. I'm like, they're fucking giving it away in this town.
Yeah, now they're giving away even more. I mean, still have people come in here. I mean, there's no one from the California Alcohol Beverage Control is going to be watching this. See what they are.
Probably
it's
not.
A joke. They'll just be like, hey, man, here's this. I love the magazine back in the day. And they'll come watch a show and they'll just fucking hand me a fucking giant ounce of weed and just put it on the bar. Fucking get out of the bar, man. Like,
yeah. But, I mean, you can see it just from the drive-in. It's a beautiful drive-in through the redwood forest and stuff. What do they call it? The Emerald Triangle?
Emerald Triangle is the 3 counties, which is Mendocino, Humboldt, and Trinity County. But Humboldt, also called the Redwood Curtain, kind of keeps it like no one stumbles into Humboldt County. You have to want to be here.
Yeah, it's a little isolated.
Yeah. I mean, it's got that whole outlaw culture that's been going for years. So,
and now they're depicting in the documentary series "Sons of Anarchy."
Is that? That was Ukiah. I think the town they were in was based on Ukiah, which is in Mendo, but
maybe Redding too. I don't know.
Yeah,
some of it took place in Redding.
Yeah,
my ex was into that.
It was a good. Until they kept kidnapping the baby every season. Like, what are we gonna do now to make it? Oh, we're gonna kidnap the baby again. All right,
you can only kidnap this kid. This kid's 25 now. We can't keep getting away with this.
It's like jumping the shark over and over and over.
Well, so you said 14th year of the festival coming up.
Yep.
This October.
It's always Indigenous Peoples Day weekend, and if you're not woke or whatever, it's Columbus Day weekend. Yeah, so it's always either the first weekend in October or the second weekend in October.
That's awesome.
Yep. It's the 9th to 11th this year.
Ronnie Lynch is coming in September. I was looking at a lot of the posters and stuff.
Yep. Ron Lynch, he performs up here at least one weekend a year, and then does the festival quite a bit. Awesome. Closed out the festival last year. Gave me a heart attack because he went till 3:30 in the morning. Packed house.
He's used to that with that Tomorrow Show crap.
Exactly. But I was nervous because of the selling. We didn't sell any. I'm not even just saying that for the camera. We really didn't sell any.
But with all the comics, that's a pack of wolves.
Yeah, I was like, we had to get like billy clubs. Like, yeah, no, wait for the after party shit. Yeah, but yeah, he's closed out the festival a few times, and yeah, he comes up almost every week. Last year he came up 4th of July weekend, which is well, we're doing a karaoke show on 4th of July this year because we know nothing else works. So it's just we'll just have karaoke.
Yeah, why not?
Wander in here if they want or if they don't. But he did his crapshoot show last year on 4th of July, which is where you pull like comics are booked, but they have to do another talent.
Yeah,
they don't do jokes or anything. Then the crowd pulls stuff out of the hat, and at one point he pulls out and said, "Nothing happens for 1 minute or 2 minutes. Or whatever. Nothing happens at all for 2 minutes." And he tells everyone, "And you can't be quiet. You got to be quiet. You can't really move."
This stuff is so
the minute
weird.
he sits on the stage, is when all the fireworks start going off. It was the funniest thing.
How could he plan that?
Everyone
There's no
lost
way.
their mind. Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Yep. He also has a house band, so we had our friends Rohirrim. They're an improvisational black metal band, and they were playing, and then Ron was just in the back of the room singing.
He's a wild man. I remember he was one of the first people that I felt like was a real magician. Like was doing stuff. I mean, like Steve Martin style stuff.
Yeah.
That's just like I never even would have think to try to do comedy in this way.
Not all just a bunch of set up, which is great. Set up, punch. But it's like performing, showman.
Yeah, mind blowing stuff. Yeah. So man, I got to figure out a way. I can't do it this year, but I got to figure out a way to make it back to the festival.
Well, you got
in 2026 or something.
Yeah,
it was so much fun. You want to do 10 bad questions?
Sure.
They're bad questions.
I mean, is it going to get me canceled or anything?
No,
is that even happening anymore?
I don't think it does really.
Well, then shoot away.
But I don't know.
Drop some inappropriate words.
I don't know. If somebody tried to cancel me, it'd probably just be good for me. But not that I'm trying to or anything
all
like that.
All publicity is good publicity, right?
Do you remember the McLaughlin group on PBS?
Yeah.
So I do these kind of rapid fire. That's how old we are. Yeah.
They did
Wrong.
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live did a sketch.
Carvey, was it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He did the McLaughlin group. Anyway.
We're about to say, we're both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how old you are.
We're in the same ballpark.
Yeah. So, McLaughlin.
You're the only one who knows what the McLaughlin group is.
We probably had grandpas that would make us sit down and watch.
Oh, yeah. Dad was like, we got to watch McLaughlin real quick.
Wrong. Okay. That's what I do.
Where do we find you online? I guess we'd be the Comedy Club online.
Well, our website sucks. It's being redone, but don't go to our website.
I found all the stuff on Instagram.
Instagram is the best place. We keep up to date with everything there. And then
Savage Henry Comedy Club?
Savage Henry Comedy on Instagram.
At Savage Henry Comedy on Instagram. Question 2. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No. Our Eventbrite, which sucks, but that also has all our events on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it sucks to
grab those. Ronnie Lynch tickets.
Yeah,
on Eventbrite.
They're so
fast. Question 2: if you were king of the world, what's one fun thing that you would force everyone to do? See the concept? It's a fun thing, but you're making it so mandatory.
All ages, everybody, like. It's not a sex thing, is why I asked that.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. You're king. You're king, Chris.
Call it Mad Lib Mondays or some shit like that.
Everybody has to do a Mad Lib.
Mad Libs and then post them, and then the king will pick someone and they get like a pass to Disneyland that year or something. Every Monday.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Maybe
every Monday though. People would get tired of it after a while.
Oh yeah. Nah, who gets tired of Mad Libs though? They change every time.
It would still make you chuckle.
Yeah.
Even especially the most curmudgeonly person.
I mean, remember when you were 12 and you were dropping cuss words in that thing?
Yeah.
I mean, even now, I'm going to drop cuss words in.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just the first thing that came to mind. I think that'd be fun.
Duties. You're writing duties and stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I was 12, I was saying, like, fuck face.
Fuck face.
Every noun was fuck face.
This story makes no sense because it's all fuckface. Question 3: what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Probably gonna say cookies and cream. I don't know,
That's
man. There's all
good.
these like we have some local like artisanal, small batch shit.
They're
and-
getting artisanal with the ice cream.
Yeah,
these
local.
days.
They make it in house mainly, and I go to those, and I don't even know what the fuck. I'm like, fuck, I never heard of that. Let's try that.
I was in Sarasota, and there's a thriving Amish community, and they were making like coconut ice cream
Yeah, but
that the guy I was with was like dying over.
Amish, but they're like churning like butter. They're churning like butter in the back. Like,
Yeah, I think so. You would see them on their bicycles with their fucking burlap costumes and stuff.
and there was a punk band back in the day called Hostile Amish, where it had two. They had a regular band. I don't think they were really Amish, by the way. They had electric guitars.
Full disclosure.
But they had two women on the side of the stage. They're all in Amish garb, and two women just churning butter to the beat. It was pretty good, yeah. So.
That is odd,
Yeah.
but I like that. What was it called again?
Hostile Amish.
Hostile Amish. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
Question 4. If you were a time-traveling tourist, where are you heading? What are you doing?
Man.
You can take the old time machine for a spin.
Yeah, if I could take it anywhere. I don't know.
It's just a rental, though. You can
I'd
just
probably
go check
go-
it out a little bit.
Yeah, I'd probably go to like Manhattan in like 87, 84, 83, 82. Manhattan 82, you get good punk rock, you get the birth of hip hop, all right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to go see Bombed Out Boogie Down Bronx and all that. But I mean, I just as a tourist. You said tourist.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to go to CBGBs and see like real CBGBs.
That would be cool.
I would love to see some.
I have a lot of music-related ones, too, where I go back to, like, the 70s and see, it's mainly old concerts that would be, like, historic. Like Led Zeppelin first coming to America, crap like that.
Song remains the same shit. Like
Yeah. And then my other stuff is baseball stuff. 1920s, New York.
yeah, I
stuff
wouldn't
like
want to.
that.
I just already know how it ended.
True.
You know what I mean?
You can
Like,
play some handy bets.
man, I don't know. Yeah, I would definitely probably do like something where because it would have to get like 2 or 3 days in the
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, I gotta get this time
I
machine
got to get
back.
more specific.
I gotta
with
get this
these
time machine
questions.
back. They're gonna get pissed. I wouldn't go in the future. Though.
I'm gonna lose
I don't
my
want to do that
deposit.
shit.
Yeah, see, this is what I've learned. White dudes want to go to the past, and we're scared of the future.
That almost is like kind of like this white guy's going to the past.
Yeah.
It's like we know what white people did in the
Ladies and
past.
minorities are like, what about the future? Can I go to the future? They're far more hopeful than
because
white dudes are.
I don't want to say it was the good old days, but I guess I just did.
But you know how it played out, I suppose. Question 5: favorite performance space. Oh, hey.
Besides here,
Besides here, well, I guess we got to.
all time, I would say probably the Cattle Club in Sacramento. It was a punk rock. Not much. I mean, it was a little different. It was a little grimier.
Yeah.
They didn't have a bunch of shit on the walls. It was like straight
Seems
up.
like I've heard of the Cattle Club.
Yeah, I saw. I saw a bunch of bands there. My
Legendary.
favorite concert ever that didn't have the word beast, that the band didn't have the word beastie or gizzard in it, was at the Cattle Club. It was Quicksand at the Cattle Club, and I never got in a pit. I never did any of that shit. But that one, I was like, oh, something compelled me, and I was like, fucking.
That
do it.
sounds
And
like
I
a
found
dope
that
place.
concert on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Isn't YouTube so crazy?
Yep. It is.
You can find just the wildest stuff that you're
Yeah.
like, I was there.
You
And
go,
some other guy was taping this.
Yeah, and you get the ego thing, like looking for yourself. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Good answer. I gotta look in. It's not still there.
I don't know. It's not there as a venue. I don't know if the building's still. It was
Yeah.
also called Bojangles, which is what the sign said. But it was a gay bar, which is totally fine. I mean, but I don't know why I'm being defensive about it. It makes it look like it wasn't fine. but-
Bojangles. Well, I don't know about the name, but other than that,
Yeah, it was. But that's what the sign. They say the Cattle Club on like the big sign. And it was right behind. It was on a Folsom Boulevard, I think, right behind Sac State, like the Sac State football field and shit. So it was like kind of an industrial area. Not quite like the Gilman is an industrial or was in an industrial area, but
yeah.
yeah,
I was in a band back in the day, so I'm kind of fascinated with old punk rock clubs.
yeah.
They had
Yeah.
some good ones in St.
Yeah,
Louis.
that's one of the reasons. Like we do music, we do punk and metal here, and like it's all our shows. All our shows are all ages,
Yeah.
so it's like it just makes like, man, this is not to toot my own horn, but this place is like totally inspired by the Cattle Club. Because that's where I'd go to like fucking see, and like, you know what I mean. So it's like,
Yeah.
to see kids, man. I'm 53. To have a 15-year-old come up to you and shake your hand and say, and not call you the F double G word or some shit, you know what I mean? Or something. You're not playing Call of Duty with them or anything.
Yeah.
And they really thank you for keeping the place open. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't buy a goddamn thing, but still, they.
It means a lot. I mean,
does.
those first time somebody goes and sees a concert, that's huge.
Yeah, and
I remember I saw Goldfinger at the Juke Joint when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is life changer.
Seaweed, No Effects. I saw Green Day when they were like kids at the Cattle Club. All those at the Cattle Club.
Wild.
Yeah.
Question 6. What's the most annoying thing? Maybe this question.
I mean, this is gonna like, is it ego? I know I have some too, but like just people just getting worked up over bullshit.
Kind of taking themselves too seriously.
I'm coming off a whole week of that, so I'm like, maybe that's why it's up in my head like that. But just people getting so fucking serious over like, man, if we all just chill the fuck out and we're all on the same team, just fucking.
Yeah, that's why I think writing jokes makes you a better person, because it kind of makes you not take yourself so seriously.
Yeah, but then it's half of the bullshit I was dealing with comedy, and then the other half was in the metal department. I'm like, how did I get dragged in?
Yeah, that's true. You can't win.
I don't book the metal, like independent contractors. Like I'm working with fucking Blackwater or something.
Blackwater.
But bookers do it, and I'm basically just a bar, and I unlock the door, and I'm just a bar for those. But still, I just get dragged in, and I just like everyone just fucking.
Yeah,
we're all in the same fucking.
I'm
team.
with you. It gets on my nerves too. Man, people take themselves a little too seriously.
Then you can't even go off because then the screenshots. And next thing you know, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and so you're online. You're on some Reddit thread somewhere.
Yeah, I probably am, but just I did this post a while ago where I'm like told all the fucking kids that come here, I'm like, this isn't a fucking daycare. Because we were going wild one night. It was a younger skewing band, and I didn't work that night. I just came in halfway through. I'm like, what? It was like a punk rock Chuck E. Cheese. It was like just kids running around everywhere. I'm like, what? And the bartender's like, I don't know what to do. And like, a mom came in to the bartender that night and said, I'm here to pick up my daughter. It's like, sign out sheet. I'm like,
there's a sign out sheet.
The daycare shit. So I went off on
cool.
that, and they all most people agreed, but some people, take pop shots like, you fucking old man. Well, yeah, I know. I said I was an old man 10 times in that post.
I already made this point, damn.
Yeah.
And get off my lawn. Also.
I did. I did say that. And you put a little picture of Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino in it, like
from Gran Torino.
Yeah, just looking all grumpy and pissed off.
Question 7: snakes or spiders?
Spiders. I ain't fucking with no snakes.
I'm sorry. I think the right answer was snakes. Question 8.
Wrong.
Wrong, Jack Jamon. Question 8. You're on a desert island. You get 5 movies.
Man. 5. Shit.
Just 5. And why is 2 of them Shawshank Redemption?
No, if you pick like that's Castaway.
Most often people pick Castaway.
Robinson Crusoe. Castaway is a bunch of other movies.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Why would you want to watch a movie about being castaway?
It's not telling you how to get off the island.
While you were castaway.
Well, I just watched 1 today. In fact, Full Metal Jacket. I just watched it today. Maybe I just watched it today. So that's a fucking great movie.
That's a great movie.
Not a great movie like uplifting, but it's a great movie.
I do have a poster in my living room. It's my brother's poster of Arlie Ermy just pointing his finger, yelling at you. It's motivating.
We can't say anything he said to any of those guys.
Lawrence!
Only these and these come from Texas. But I don't know, 5 movies? Probably have to go with Empire Strikes Back.
That's my favorite of the 3.
Yeah. Can't be TV shows?
Sure, why not?
All right, then
I'll let you do a DVD season.
All right, is that count? Okay, I'm taking Patriot, the movie, not The Patriot, not that Mel Gibson thing.
Yeah.
But Patriot is like, it's Wes Anderson and Tom Clancy made a movie together.
Tom Clancy, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't, but it's like, that's what it is. It's quirky, but it's a CIA operative shit. It's very, very good. I love it.
Okay.
And then Outrageous Fortune, not the American version. There's a TV show out of New Zealand called Outrageous Fortune. It's fucking great.
And this Taiwanese kung fu.
Fuck, now it
thing
is.
we were
After we watched that, what is it called? Peach Boy and the Gimme Gimmes or some shit. I don't know.
Peach Boy and the Ginseng Boy.
Yeah, that was
We were
wild.
watching Taiwanese 80s movies.
After, we went to the shanty down the street just for a minute, and fucking the
I'm
bartender had on this thing, and boy, oh boy.
I'm hooked.
Yeah, it was nuts. I felt like I was on mushrooms.
Dude's chilling out in a bathtub full of Hawaiian
I'm
punch.
fine. Next thing you know, there's a ginseng boy who fucking shrinks down and goes into the Peach Boy's mouth and like fuck, not the Beach Boys, a Peach Boy.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't stop watching it.
No, nobody could. It had like the bar had like
Yeah,
7 dudes,
seven dudes
just
all like this.
like oh my god, and everyone was like getting into it. And it was nuts. So yeah, that movie, whatever that was called, the owner of the Devil Castle, whatever the fuck. And then TV shows. That's 3. Man, I'll probably Fat Albert the entire. I know it's Cosby, chill, but it's not Cosby, okay?
It's Fat Albert.
He did all the voices, yes, and it's based sort of on his childhood.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah.
That's Fat Albert, right?
All the Fat Albert, like the whole Fat Albert series. And it taught you lessons. It was one of the ones that you really learned fucking lessons.
Yeah,
from.
yeah.
Fat Albert fixed everything. I just think like, when's Fat Albert gonna snap one day? I'm always picking up after you motherfuckers. When is it gonna be my turn?
I'm tired of this shit.
And then
He could have crushed them all. He's fat.
you know what? My son turned me on to it. Adventure Time. That's another one. Adventure Time fight is amazing.
I don't know if I've seen any Adventure Time.
It's a cartoon. It's fucking just out there. But
okay.
then my son was an Adventure Timeologist, I guess. Would sit there, and this is when he's
I've
younger.
definitely heard of it, and I know people who are into it are way into
Yeah,
it.
and he was like, no, that means this, and that means so. And once you start, and I'm not going to lie, man, the last episode we made a point to watch together and all that stuff. And he's like, toward the end, I'm like, he's sitting there, he looks at me, all, turn around, don't look at me.
He's getting
I'm like,
misty.
had tears coming down and shit. Yeah, so yeah, that would keep me very entertained
Yeah.
for Desert Island.
You
I
probably-
guess I have a DVD player or some shit.
Yeah, I assume. I don't know.
If I just look at the boxes.
I feel like the TV shows are probably cheating, but I'll
Yeah.
let you do it.
Thank you, man. I
Somebody
appreciate that.
picked like something about, I don't know, like a fishing show or something to teach him how to fish. I was like,
Oh, they're getting, like,
you're getting
they're using it for
clever
a
now.
tool.
Yeah.
They're using to like survive.
I don't know if the judges allow
Well, I'm just
it.
gonna lie there and die while watching these things because I don't know how to fish.
I'm sitting here watching Empire Strikes Back until I die.
How to build a raft? Fuck that show. I want to. I don't want Patriot.
Question 9: favorite gas station or truck stop?
We don't have many out here.
Yeah, it's kind of sparse. You're
Yeah.
stuck with chevrons and
Yeah. Well, Chevron. I'll take a
gas
Chevron
stations.
because the Aztec Grill at Chevron
Yeah.
in some towns, it's the best Mexican food in the fucking town.
Okay.
It's very. Man, just saying, I want to fucking find an Aztec Grill right now. There's Aztec Grills in the Chevrons here. One in Eureka, one in McKinleyville. Man, it is really good.
There it is.
There, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for saying Chevron. It got me.
Chevron.
That broke the dam. I was able to-
Chevron. I might be looking for an oil change in one of those chevrons tomorrow. Question 10, final question, and we're gonna get sentimental. What's your favorite thing about comedy?
the friends I know, the friends I meet.
Yeah,
It's
that's probably mine too.
Yeah, just like I mean, what,
Yeah.
we haven't seen each other in, what, 7, 6,
It's
7
been
years.
7 or 8 years at
Fucking just
least.
like we're right. Even though I didn't recognize you, you walked in. I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm, oh fuck.
Well, it was dark. Yeah.
I knew you were coming, but yeah, just like I mean, some of the best people I've ever met in my life. I've met almost all the best people that I still call friends. Genuine human beings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That are caring and even though they say some fucked up shit on stage
Sure.
or on a podcast or whatever, it's like, yeah, they're just that friendship that.
Yeah. And there's really not as many people doing it as you would think. I mean, there's a lot of comics, but it seems like for as many as there are, I keep running into the same people.
Yeah, out
there.
It's clicky. Well, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah.
But it's clicky because you suck. That's why. I would never say that. I didn't point at you, by the way. I was pointing at an
You
imaginary
pointed
person
at an
over
imaginary
here.
person.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sitting down and talking with
Hey,
me.
no problem, man.
And
Thanks for reaching out. When you reached out
Yes.
a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just stoked you had something going on.
Yeah, sorry.
Otherwise,
it
it
was
would have
just
been
a mic,
awkward to just like hang out.
Well, yeah. Oh, so
I wouldn't have been that awkward.
well, you want to play Nintendo or something?
But yeah, fun scene and fun open mic.
Yeah, open mic's good. Open mic, the scene around here just keeps. This is gonna make sound fucked up, but the soil just keeps getting. It goes. I mean, every scene does this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Like goes through stages of same guy, and all of a sudden there'll be just a rush of new people, and in 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 of those people are still sticking around and doing it, and you could probably tell this too when a new person you meet him, you're like, that dude wants to do, or that lady wants to do comedy.
There was a bunch in my hometown that got their first times on the main stage at the club, like hosting this week, or not hosting, but doing a little guest spot. They were so excited about it because I've been sitting like the last couple of months sitting there doing spots and they're like helping seat people and stuff. Just like waiting for the time.
And doesn't that make you excited when they get excited?
Yes, I get excited because they're so excited.
Exactly. It's like, so
it's important to have a good community. I think it's important when
we do, and
first starting out.
The family, we're a family. I mean, we have Thanksgiving together and shit up here.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people from Humboldt aren't from here, so their families other places, if they even have any family.
Yeah.
But then we do like shit here, so it's like, yeah, it's great.
The comedy gods love stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Fucking, if I know how this place is still open, for real, someone upstairs wants this place to be open.
Yeah.
Because there's a second story, and I'm just kidding.
His name's Frank. He's
exactly. Hey, here's some more rent money.
He's that Mr. Going. Burns guy I was telling you about.
Yeah, it was Peach Boy wants it to keep.
Beach Boy. Well, thanks for sitting down with me,
Derek.
and
This
thanks
is
for
awesome.
having me. It was great seeing you again,
for
man.
Sure.
Well, there it is, and there it was. Thanks for checking out my episode with Chris Durant. Found a spot to hike here in Oregon. Kind of loosening my back up. I actually slept on the stage of the Savage Henry Comedy Club last night. First time I've ever slept on an actual comedy stage before. Ooh boy, we found a pretty good one. I don't know if it's the best one of the week, but not bad. Thanks for checking out this episode. Next week we'll be in Tacoma, where I will get an interview with Robbie Aces, I believe. So yeah, we'll see you next week. Thanks for checking it out.